are now ready to start with our live presentation, and it's my pleasure to leave the floor to Eric and Martin. So for any of your questions, please use the Q&A section that you find in your Zoom window, and we will be back to answer your question during the second part of this presentation. So thank you so much, and it's my pleasure to now leave the floor to Eric and Martin.
Martin will start.
Yes, hello everyone, bonjour, welcome on board this session. Thank you, Federica, for this great introduction, and once again, welcome to all of you. So first of all, I want to share with you an optimistic outlook about our hospitality industry, because the future is bright. In the post-pandemic world, tourists will be the main actor of the recovery. As human beings, we are social animals, and we will be willing to move around and to travel again and to meet new people, because it is the inner human desire to meet and mingle with others and discover new places. So I am sure that you, if I ask you individually, you may have already in your mind your future destination. So the hospitality sector before the crisis, before the pandemic, was evolving, changing, moving towards what we call a lifestyle era. So now the door is wide open after the pandemic to new profiles, new type of hospitality professionals. The Institut Paul Bocuse and emlyon Business School gather the best of their two worlds to offer this program in international hospitality management. And this program will help future leaders to change the landscape of the hospitality industry. So to achieve this goal, we will see that in details later on, but to achieve this goal, we develop project-based learning pedagogy. Our master students work on 3 main projects, 1 per semester. And these projects, just to give you a broad overview before we dive into details, projects are real-world examples. For instance, a consulting methodology, a consulting project, a problem faced by a student in class. Students are behaving like real professionals, young professionals. They are the first protagonist, actors of their future career. And because every student has different motivations, we have projects around F&B and lodging industry. These 3 projects will resonate and help students envision themselves as future professionals and future leader of that industry. But we will see that more precisely in the coming presentation.
Maybe what we can add, and it's a good news, is that we have more and more a demand for internships coming from the hotels. So this is a good sign, because they are all preparing the summer season. And if I just read this number increasing from day to day, it's a sign for growth, and it's a sign that the profession is coming back at the same level as 2 years ago, in fact. So some green lights finally. Maybe Federica, we can move to the presentation.
Absolutely, absolutely. We leave you the floor for the presentation.
Okay.
Absolutely fine.
So Martin and I will present our program, which is the MSc in International Hospitality Management. And I would put it full screen. Yes. So, as you know, it's diploma shared by 2 institutions, Institut Paul Bocuse, with Martine Ferry today and myself for emlyon. We will have some steps to present quickly and shortly our beloved program. The first step will be a quick description of the program, how many CTS, how many hours, and so on. The second step is the division between two tracks, and this was introduced 2 years ago. We are welcoming two different profiles of students. Students coming from hospitality with the advanced track, and people coming from other studies but interested about hospitality, and they will follow the accelerated tracks. The third step will be the description of the chronology of the program divided in 3 periods with the dedicated focus. The fourth step will be sum up of the reasons why it's a so beautiful program. The final step will be a description of your potential future jobs, and then we will open to question and answer. Of course, it's always possible to welcome your questions during the presentation through the conversation. Okay, so let's go. A quick overview with nice pictures of our campuses. What you can see on the left, the modern buildings, it's my home, the home of Gabriel. It's emlyon in Écully, but we have other campuses, and you will discover our campus in Paris and our campus in Shanghai. But in the first semester, you will discover this magnificent castle from IPB, and Martine, I let you describe this pearl.
Yes, so we are lucky enough at Institut Paul Bocuse to have our corporate buildings in a castle. So this is a great opportunity for you to discover the way of life. And of course, behind the castle, we have what we call the pedagogical building with regular classrooms. I have to mention that we have recently acquired a second castle close to this one. So you may be lucky enough because it's under renovation. So you may be lucky enough during the coming years to visit this second castle.
I'm impatient to visit this new building. Okay, I'm back and needed to fuel my computer, so sorry for the screens. And this is the last picture of our campus in China, in Minhang. But maybe you will be lucky not to have this one, which is fantastic and very modern, but a little bit too far from downtown. For the moment, we prefer to stay downtown in Shanghai with a fantastic location. It's really downtown. But maybe we will move finally to this campus when the metro will be built. And in China, it's so quick. Okay, some facts about the program. So as you know, it's 1 academic year, which means 3 academic trimesters from September to June, end of June. Followed by 4 to 6 months of professional experience. Could be internship, could be a full-time job, could be a management contract in a hotel group, could be an entrepreneurial project. So this professional experience could have different format. The language is, of course, English. You know the price. The international experience will be 3 months in Shanghai or in Las Vegas, which will be new for this year. It was planned for this year, 2021, but as you know, we have something different to organize. But we will be sure to finally have this partnership with UNLV. Maybe Martin, you can introduce UNLV.
Yes, University of Nevada, Las Vegas, which is a public university. They have a hospitality center, which is among the top in the US, but among the top in the world as well. So you will take advantage if you choose to go to UNLV, because you will need to choose among Shanghai and Las Vegas. So if you choose Las Vegas, you will leave the perfect American way of life of the students in an American campus in one of the top hospitality schools.
And stay focused on studies. Number of ECTS is 120, which is dense. And for French people, it's recognized by the state at the level 7 RNCP. So we have around 720 hours of class contacts, and we will describe just later, but you have the possibility to add a 1 month of professional immersion module with IPB starting mid-August, but we will develop this just after. So these are general trends, because it's moving from one cohort to another, but usually we have much more female than male, and probably the coming year will be the same. You are young, from mostly 21 to 24 years old, but sometimes we have other profiles till around 30. And you are mostly coming from hospitality schools, but not only. We have 1/3 coming from the business studies and 1/4 coming from other fields like psychology, language, and other studies. But the main focus is on hospitality. You would like to enter in this fantastic world. About the number of students, there is a growth from year to year, with an exception of last year, probably because of the pandemic. But this year we will probably have more than 80 students. Professional objectives. Martin, do you want to develop this one?
Yes, so what's interesting in that program is that you could reach, as I mentioned, your professional objective and envision your future career. So you could put yourself in the shoes of and become someone working at an operational level, such as having positions in food service, what we call F&B, food and beverage, meeting and events, or lodging. You could be, you could have some functions and reach and have a job in the headquarters of a hotel group. You could be in support functions like marketing, human resources, management, accounting, finance, operations management, strategic management, etc. You could also define your own path and create your own company. We have students and alumni of this program who did that in the past. It's not the majority of them, but you will have all the necessary tools to create and run your own business with this program. You can work as a consultant as well. So you can work in brokerage or in finance or in asset management, which is a new era, a new area for the consulting hospitality. So, and you can work as well in other sectors related to hospitality. And finally, we have some students who decide to apply the specific competency gained in that master program in other fields. So we have some students working in an insurance company or working in other sectors. So they take advantage of these specific skill sets that they have gained to apply it to other sectors.
Okay, maybe Martin, you can present the 2 tracks.
Yes, absolutely. So what is interesting is that in that program, whatever your background is, you are the perfect fit for the program. Because if you have done, if you have a hospitality background, if you have studied in a hotel school, you will fall into the category of advanced track, meaning that you will have more courses related to emlyon and more business courses like strategic management or talent and performance or other great courses. Then if you have little experience or or other background, you will fall into the category of accelerated track. In that track, you will have more courses coming from Institut Paul Bocuse, more courses related to hospitality in general, such as events, such as F&B management, food and beverage management, rooms management, etc. And before the start of this program, you will have a specific module, which is called professional immersion module. This is in the tuition fee, actually, I need to precise that. It's a 4 weeks program, and we will give you the basic elements of the culture of this industry. So we will do some hotel visits, you will have a cooking class at Institut Paul Bocuse, you will get in touch with professionals during that module 4 weeks, and you will have the first basic knowledge of hospitality.
Mm-hmm. So if you have no hospitality background, you will follow this PIM program for free during 1 month at IPB starting mid-August. Okay.
Of course,
yes.
Final thing to mention is that all the projects are in common and you have many courses in common as well.
It's a good introduction to this slide. So you will follow 3 periods, 3 trimesters. The first one starting from September to December, so it's 4 months. The second one from January to March, and the final one from April to June. The first one is focused on the food service, because you will stay in Lyon, which is, as you know, the capital of gastronomy in France. So you will mostly discover the restaurant industry, but not only, of course. You will have general courses on business management, for example, and you will enjoy a fantastic project around the conception of a restaurant. Maybe Martin, you can present this one.
Yes, so this specific project is run with the culinary master students of Institut Paul Bocuse. So it's a common project to both masters of the school. So you will design a restaurant, a pop-up restaurant, and you will run it with real clients in December. So it means that there are courses attached to this project. You will learn how to do a business plan. You will learn with a specific expert how to design and to define, to create your concept. You will be followed during the process, and you will work with culinary master students. And at the end of the process, you run your pop-up restaurant in real conditions with real clients, and you will have the time to determine whether or not this restaurant could be viable in Lyon. So it's really, as I mentioned earlier, real world project.
So it's inspired by the design thinking approach, and it's the realization of a proof of concept, a POC. So a real restaurant in December, and we are enjoying to taste your plate in December with Gabriel. Big fan. The second semester will be dedicated to the lodging industry in Paris. So you will move from Lyon to Paris, and you will be welcomed in our campus in Paris, very close from the station Gare de Lyon. And you will run a big project with Accor, in partnership with Accor. Martin?
Yes, so once again, this big project will run throughout the semester. So you will start in January with the help of experts, well-known experts, world-class experts. They will help you identifying a gap or a space in the Accor brands. You know, the big Accor family encompasses 40 brands. So you will need to identify a space and to design a hotel brand from scratch. So of course you will be given all the necessary tools in order to create that brand, and it's and you will be presenting your ideas finally at Accor headquarters. So that's a real, once again, a real world example and real world project, and you will gain many insights from the brand design up to the communication skills with the presentation at Accor headquarters with professionals.
So semester 3, final fireworks. Welcome in the tremendous Shanghai or the never sleeping Las Vegas. It will be focused on international management plus hospitality consulting, mostly with this project, in-company project. Martin?
Yes, so during that project, once again, that you will run throughout the semester, you will work closely with a company. As I mentioned, the company will give you a problem that they face, and you will need to act as a consultant. So to define clearly the problem, then to find what are the main, what are the problems, what are the findings that you could have in both real world and academic and in academia and in research. And then you will have some solutions that you will present at the end of the process at the company. You are closely linked to the company, and there is one day fully dedicated to that mission, and you will behave like consultant. We have various topics you can choose for that specific mission, and it's a very valuable one because you will learn how to become a consultant.
And finally, starting in July, you will dive in the professional life, in the real world, following 4 to 6 months of internship, for example. And then you will, you are quite at the end of the program. You just need to fulfill one detail, the final dissertation. So it's a full international experience starting in Fourvière, Lyon. Then you will have a discovery, a quick discovery of London with the learning trip. We will go back to this nice trip. Then Paris for the second semester, and at the end, Shanghai or Las Vegas. So what you need to retain is that the first semester will be shared between specialized courses for your track plus common courses. And of course, the project, the restaurant concept design, will be common. Then for the second semester, you will have common courses in Paris, and so you will be all together. And the same with the final semester in Shanghai or Las Vegas. Okay, this was a short conclusion. Maybe, Martin, we will not describe all the semester because it's too long and we don't have enough time. If you want, we can go back to these slides during your Q&A. It's just to remind you the project, the location, the focus, and some examples of courses for each semester. All right, so just to sum up the reason to come in this program. Number one, our teachers are coming from all the parts of the world. Martine?
Yes, we have in our faculty members, we have experts, we have teachers, world-class experts and teachers actually, and we have been working with them for a long time. And this master program was born in 2014. So we, during all over times, we have the best people on board and the best experts. So it's a nice combination of faculty members.
Oops. So just to summarize all the strong points of this program. Number one, it's very solid. We're proud to offer Master 2 level 120 ECTS, a long stay in our campuses. It's international fully. Of course, it's entirely in English, and the professors, as we presented, are coming from the 5 continents. It has now a high reputation. We have the accreditation of the Conférence des Grandes Écoles in France, and we have nice world rankings and European rankings, and of course, French ranking, but you probably know this type of rankings. What we build, Martine?
Yes, so it's a student-centered program in addition to the pedagogy that we develop around the project. It's really disruptive because we want you, the future leader of that industry will be people who will create new tools, new atmosphere, new customer journeys. So it's in that way, it's really disruptive. You will be entrepreneur, you will be design oriented, you will focus on all the necessary tools to become a leader of that industry. We have, because we have as well strong connection, and you will meet with a wide variety of different actors of that industry, with field trips, for instance. We have various field trips. During the professional immersion module as well, we do some visits. Most of the time, we do as much visit as we can, just to, in order to, for you to have a portfolio of a variety of different properties and segment of that industry. And then you will increase and create your network at these occasions. So, and what is interesting as well is that it is really extensive because we go in depth and we focus on 3 various elements of that industry: the restaurant, hotel, and consulting.
As you know, hospitality is the best example of the service industry. And in the service industry, we're offering mostly an experience. So this program, it's not only ECTS, it's not only teachers, it's not only an international exposure, it's a real experience. So what we mean by a real experience, it's concrete projects, concrete examples of the industry, concrete managers. You will have some meetings with general managers from palaces or beautiful boutique hotel. And it's professional. We are here to prepare yourself for a fantastic career in this professional world. So it's job oriented. We just have more than 1 year to prepare you to be a good hospitality manager for the profession. So it's a very immersive and intense experience of your future professional life.
Just to add an element here, you will benefit from hours, around 10 hours of individual coaching sessions with coach coming from Institut Paul Bocuse and emlyon Business School in order to define your career path. We are pretty sure that you will have a job. Actually, 1/3 of our students, they got a job before the end of their studies. So, in 6-month period, you will have a job. This is the majority of our students. So you will have a job, no doubt about that, but we will help you with the definition of your career path. That's even more important to envision your future career.
So here is a part of this experience in Shanghai. I love this picture. You can see the joy of our students to be there. It's happiness. And you can see Martin, you can see Jeffrey Catrett just at the left of the picture. And you can see myself, but you can forget my picture. It's not the best one. Okay, we are coming to the final part, your future job. And just before, maybe Martin, we can speak a little bit about the 3 hospitality weeks we forget, and it's an important piece of the experience, of course.
Yes, absolutely, because you need to, first of all, to visit some hotels, because as Eric mentioned, it is an experience. This program is an experience, one lifetime experience, very important one. And so you will be in touch with professionals and you will visit properties. One regular students in that program in a normal year without any pandemic would have visited around 40 different hotels in Lyon during the professional immersion module, in Paris, in Shanghai, or in Vegas, or elsewhere in the US. And you will, of course, have a specific, what we call learning trip in London, in order to discover in every place, you will visit the iconic properties as well as the lifestyle property and the trendiest hotels and restaurants. So we put you in contact, we visit hotels, but not only hotels. We put you in touch with professionals from the industry as a whole. So we might visit some restaurants, we might get in touch with chefs, we might get in touch with a professional from the brokerage industry. So you will have a great experience during those visits. We call that Hospitality Week, with a very precise learning trip in London.
So maybe you will be lucky to have a talk with the general manager of Le Crillon in Paris, to have the full managerial team of Ritz-Carlton in Shanghai, or the Waldorf Astoria, or the Peninsula, or the Mandarin, and blah, blah, blah. And this fantastic Intercontinental in Shanghai with a waterfall. I don't remember the exact name. Martin, you remember this one? It was incredible. So we are mixing traditional palaces, and they are fantastic, with innovative concept, or boutique hotel, like Nolinsky, for example, in Paris, if you know this one, La Cour des Vosges, which is fantastic, this one, and some interesting restaurant too, Martin.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so now we are moving to your future job. Martin?
Yes, so you can, as we mentioned the big categories earlier. So about specific jobs and functions, it ranges from event event manager to business developer if you are more into commercial elements, or hotel sales, or consulting in hospitality department, or marketing project manager, or you can, as we mentioned, create your own business. So a wide variety of jobs. And of course, you can work in the F&B sector, which is a very incredible one, moving really fast at the moment in the hotel industry. So you have variety of diverse jobs available for you. I need to mention that you will have access to the alumni network of both schools. We have had in the past more than 500 students in that program. Some of them, we will see that in the following slides, have done great career, great start of their career. So you will benefit from that specific network of that program as well.
So of course, this is just a shortcut of all the big names we have the pleasure to have in our portfolio. So it's starting from your firm. You can create your own firm. You can start as an entrepreneur, create your job. You can have an experience, a first experience in some nice consulting companies dedicated in hospitality. Or you can, of course, join big names, big group like Marriott, Accor, Intercontinental, and so on. Or more nice boutique hotel, or sometimes family hotel. We have some examples of students coming back home and running the family business. It's worldwide. It's mostly in Europe, let's say, but we have some students in the USA. We have some students in Asia. Oh, this is my daughter coming. and some others in Africa. We still have Kenya, for example, or Tanzania, and China, of course, because we have Chinese students. Okay, Martin, I let you present, and I will put my mic on mute.
No, it's nice to hear your daughter, no worries. So just briefly some profiles as they can play a role model and inspire you, that's the point. So Dimitris is a student from Institut Paul Bocuse. He did the first year up to the 5th year. So he has decided to go into operations and F&B because he's passionate about F&B. So he was first at Royal Mansour and the F&B, and he is now at the Mandarin Oriental in Geneva, and he has been promoted recently as a room service manager. So with this program, he has gained, of course, a broader view, management skills, network, and of course, what he calls professional maturity, because he's able to deep dive into the work quite rapidly. And of course, innovation is key, as we mentioned earlier, that we want to increase your skill sets in terms of creativity. Second profile is that we have selected is Pierre Nicolas. Pierre is an entrepreneur. Pierre is an entrepreneur. He has decided after this master to found with a friend to found an event company, and he has run the first expo called Survival Expo. It was back in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was 3 years ago. And he has decided to create this Survival Expo, which was a huge success. He was as well at the origin of the first barbecue expo, both in Paris, actually. And so it is working in the event sector with his own company. So of course, with this program, he has understood the various sectors that the hospitality world encompasses, and he has applied all the skill set he has gained during the program to the event sector. So you know, there is no, it was a very win-win situation. He arrived with this entrepreneurial project, and so he had gathered everything around his project in order to turn it into a successful business. Finally, a third profile, Victoire. Victoire did join us as a master's student. She had a background in economics from the University of Milano in Italy. And so she did her first internship in Accor, and she was hired by Accor at the end of her internship at Accor headquarters. She has now junior strategy analyst. She's still there working at Accor headquarters. So she really wanted to work in the hospitality sector. So this is why she has joined this program. And so she had a great job opportunity that she had during the visit of Accor headquarters. She had mingled and she get introduced to someone there. And it was the first time that she had the opportunity to find her internship first and then her job. And she had gained, this is really important because we are speaking about hospitality industry. She has gained during that year specific soft skills because we focus on you during that year. You know who are each individual students, you know who you are, you know how you think, you know if you face difficulties. It's a kind of family spirit that we have in that program, and we are very close to you in order to help you and in order for you to become the best hospitality professional possible. Thank you. Thank you for listening. It's now time to listen to you and to your specific questions.
So thank you so much, Martine and Eric. And also I could see that Gabrielle was answering already some questions that we received. So thank you so much for the presentation and for showing us all of these, you know, the unique program that it is. So we actually received some questions that, although we have answered, maybe it will be good just to give a general answer to whoever is listening. So Maria is asking us, which are the jobs most required that we can do after this master? And maybe I wanted to ask, do you know if any jobs maybe could be changed due to the pandemic, or maybe you think some jobs will, you know, will be in the market soon?
So as far as people will be willing to interact and to party, probably the event sector will face a boom. And we can imagine that the event departments or even companies will be hiring soon.
Maybe we can say that this program is mostly dedicated for hotel industry. We have some restaurant-focused students, and they are mostly welcome, of course. But the general part of the group is passionate by hotel. And so we are preparing our students to fulfill two different types of jobs in the hotel industry. The first one is operational jobs. So front desk manager, from example, maybe especially for accelerated people, because they are lacking of operational experience. So if you are in this case, please try to find first maybe a short experience this summer in the field. It's possible. And then, of course, after the program, you will have access to an operational experience mostly. And then for people in the advanced track, you can access to HQ headquarter functions, okay? But not only you. And what is strange in this world is that if you are in the advanced track, you are probably passionate by people, by the face-to-face relationships, and you would like mostly to start your career in the operational field. And if you had some business studies, you are coming from business schools, for example, you will probably have some possibilities to start in the finance sector, for example, in Accor, okay? So this is a first entrance. So just to summarize, mostly hotel industry and two types, operational and functional headquarter, mostly.
Perfect, thank you so much. You did mention at the beginning of the presentation, I remember was one of the first points about background. We received a couple of questions about what sort of background do I need. In particular, I think there was a student that was studied chemical engineering. So is this accepted? Will they have any sort of problems when joining the master? What's your advice?
So coming from with an engineering background will help you a lot to dive into this sector, because it's a sector where you should be detail oriented. So with such a background, it's going to be easier for you to focus on details. So this year, if I am not mistaken, we have an engineer coming from the oil sector. So you see, you are more than welcome, because once again, you will fall into the accelerated track. You will do this 4 weeks program before the start of the master's program. And so you will have access to the hospitality world, and you can apply the way you work, the structure of your mind, you can apply that to this new sector. So no problem for us. You need to have a strong motivation.
So it's possible, but the key element is motivation. That is to say, you just need to answer yourself and ourselves why I am moving from the engineering field to the hospitality field. Why? Okay, to be very sure that it's a good choice and it's a possible choice. Okay. And the second aspect is usually students are coming from connected world, like law, psychology, languages, sometimes medicine, but as Martin mentioned, oil industry, well, we are so far now. Or I remember Chinese students coming from forest management.
Yep. Tourism is the main
yes.
driver for us. Yes.
Exactly.
You actually, Eric, by answering, you already answered to a question that Luca asked. Luca was asking about languages and international relations. So yes, Luca, you're more than welcome to apply, and your profile is suitable. Asking about internships. So they say, how does it work? You can help us finding one during the course, or is the student that needs to find an internship, him or herself?
Yes, from both schools, you have what we call career days, where the companies will come and offer some job positions or internships. We have year over year, we have alumni of this program posting the, internship offers on the various platforms, or asking myself, for instance, to forward a job or internship offer. Once again, you are followed in that program, and we put everything in place in order to help you find the appropriate internship. Basically, we have no problem. Even last year, it was not really a problem to find internships. So
let's say it was a problem. It was long, but finally they
were longer.
Yes, yeah, it was longer. That's for sure. But what is important to notice is that you are young adults, so you are no more babies, and you will dive into professional life, the real world. So you are, of course, responsible of your life from now. Okay, so you are responsible for your internship. You need to find by yourself your internship. But of course, we are big school, and you are the chance to have IPB, which is a specialized school for years now in the field. So having strong relationships with big companies, big names, and you have an access to our huge alumni networks worldwide. So you have both the best of the two worlds, in fact. So you will be more than helped to find your internship, but you stay your own captain.
Thank you, Eric and Martine. Questions about which are your key points? So we did mention during the presentation, and now Eric was just saying about the best, about two institutions, but if you can mention some other key points of this course and why someone should apply for this program.
So maybe it's a repetition of the slide, but just to sum up quickly. Number one, and it's a good news for us, we have a lot of copy of our program, especially in France. And we are happy to be copied by nice institutions. So it means that it's a good program. It's now, let's say, old program. We have a very solid structure of courses. We have fantastic teachers coming from around the world. It's not France focused. We have a real international exposure going from Lyon, Paris, France, and then Shanghai and Las Vegas. And we have this project oriented pedagogy. So it's very, we are putting a lot of life in our program. It's not boring courses with boring academic teachers, never, even online, because we tested this during more than 1 year, okay? So even online, there are a lot of passion and life in this program. And we have this fantastic experience to organize this pop-up restaurant during this incredible period where France is stopping everything. And we were so lucky to have this experience, not online, but face-to-face. Of course, with all the sanitary constraints, but it was a huge success. Martine can testify.
Yes, what's important as well, you will gain a knowledge about the industry, a professional network. We will help you defining your own career path. So these are the elements that are very of a crucial importance.
Thank you. Maria Teresa is asking us, which are the soft skills that are mostly required for this program, and what other soft skill will be gained? So not so talking about the outcome of the program, what will be gained at the end of it?
So you will get to know how to interact in a professional mode with people from that industry. We will help you working with your other classmates. We have specific courses dedicated to diversity management. You will help you defining and increasing your empathy. You will be working in the service industry. So you will have that new empathic vision of the others and how to mingle with others. In terms of technical skills related to your soft skills, you will know how to behave in front of professionals, how to present in a very professional way. So that's among the soft skills that you will gain, along with an experience which is so rich.
It's an interesting question. It's a good one. I like this one. Because as I said, hospitality is selling an experience, delivering an experience. So you need to love people. You need to interact nicely with people, even with angry people sometimes. Okay, so it's not only enjoying the pleasure to interact with nice customers, it's a real work. So sometimes you will have some bad experience struggling with bad people, and so you need to be solid. And these are skills you will acquire during mostly the projects, because you will have fantastic students and fantastic teachers, and you will have not so nice students and let's say rigorous teachers. They are always nice, but sometimes rigorous. Okay, so projects are the key part to acquire these soft skills.
Thank you. Questions about applications. Maybe Gabrielle can help us here, asking how can I apply? So what's the procedure? Maybe if we have some sort of deadline to share with the audience.
Yeah, so actually the application happens in two parts. The first part is that you have to create an account online on our website, and you will have to upload a few documents. It's really easy. We are requiring only a few basic documents: your CV, your degree, your transcripts, and your ID. That's all. And you have to do that before May 25. The next deadline is May 25. After that, you will have to experience what we call online digital testings that were created by our schools. And actually, this will replace an interview. You won't have any face-to-face interview with the jury, composed of many people, among Eric and Martin. And these digital tests last about 1 hour. You will have different kind of exercises, as I said. You will have some role plays in a company. We want to see how you interact with others. You will have some logic tests, and you will have some motivation questions, basic interview questions that you could have in an interview, but they will be recorded on your webcam instead of being live with the jury.
Which is obviously not so easy.
It's not so easy. It could be stressful, but the jury is used to many interviews. So if in case you are anxious, don't worry too much about that. The jury just wants to get to know you better, why you want to apply to this program specifically, why our schools, what have you done before, what are your main assets to succeed in the hospitality industry, or this kind of questions that you could find in a job interview, for instance. You cannot pause. You have to do that one shot in 1 hour. So be prepared. When you start the test, you have to finish. So this will be the two parts. First, apply online and then complete the digital tests. When you have done that, you're done, and the jury will review your profile. And overall, the process takes about a month, approximately.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your detailed answer, Gabrielle. Now there is another question which I'm going to ask to Eric and Martin, asking what advice would you give to someone looking to sign up? And I might ask, since Gabrielle talked to us about this interview, if you have any tips about how to prepare.
First, I would like to say that we have shy students. We have introvert students. So you are not obliged to smile during all your interview, or to try to be cool, or to try to love people. You can stay as you are, or like at McDonald's, come as you are. This is my first advice. The second one is that you have a first step with cognitive tests. So you need to be very dedicated during this period of time. So please try to stay in a calm area. Try to be calm yourself, okay? To be focused on during especially this part. And then during the video exercise, we need to feel your motivation. This is number one, okay? So we need to understand why you are here, why you would like to be there, okay? So maybe it's because a passion, because your childhood, because your past experience, because your hospitality background, and where do you want to go? Because we need to answer for you a simple question. Is it possible to go there from this start, plus our program? Okay, so it's very basic. And it's a good question, especially for you. Martin?
Yes, nothing to add, and that's quite complete, a quite complete answer. We want to see how passionate you are, and to see clearly to have an idea of what your future might be.
Mm-hmm. Plus, a good English is better.
One of the questions that already Gabriel answered before, they asked us if French was needed for the program.
So actually no, because the program is taught in English. 100% of the courses will be in English, so you don't need any French skills. One more thing about the English skills, students often ask if we require English tests like TOEIC, TOEFL, IELTS or anything. It's actually not mandatory because your English skills will be tested during the online digital tests, so we will be able to see if you are able to follow the program in English, so you don't need to have this test specifically for entering our schools.
Thank you. Hidalgo has a question. I can see Eric already replied. So during the presentation, we did mention about the campus. Maybe if we want to mention again the great opportunity that students will have about mobility for the program.
So you first start in Lyon, and then we move on to Paris. We move to Paris, and we will be hosted by emlyon at emlyon campus in Paris. Then you will choose your next destination. You will choose between Shanghai from April to end of June, or in Las Vegas starting from May to end of July. So you will choose between Shanghai and Vegas for the last destination.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I actually wanted to ask, we're coming towards the end of our presentation, so I wanted to remind to all the people that are connected that we will be sending you an email after this event. We will be including the Gabriel contact details, so in case you do have any further questions that maybe we didn't have time, or you maybe have some other question about the application process, so someone will be able to assist. But before closing, I actually wanted to ask Eric, Martin, and also Gabriel, if there was anything that you wanted to add, maybe something that we didn't cover, something that you wanted to mention.
Yes, maybe linked to the pandemic. I think that it's a clever idea to start this program now, because you will have contact with a huge wave of the profession coming back in less than 1 year. So in 1 year, when you will exit from the academic program, you will discover plenty of professional offers. So I'm not reading in the future, but I have a strong belief.
Yes, you will be part of this recovery plan. You will be part of this new hospitality industry. You will be part of a booming world because tourism will be back at that time. So you are more than welcome.
Thank you. And Gabrielle, any sort of advice for application, maybe?
I think, as Eric said before, the exercise, the video exercise can be a bit stressful, and it's difficult to prepare for the beginning, the role play and the logic test. So I think just focus on why you want to do this program and try to explain to us and transmit to us so we can understand, even if you come from a different background than hospitality, like engineering or language, as we said before. The most important, I think, is for us to understand why you want to come to the school, and we can understand any kind of situation or change of life plan. So yeah, just be yourself and explain truly why you want to study hospitality and come to us.
Perfect. So thank you so much. I'd like to thank Eric, Gabrielle, and Martin for their time today, and all of you for being connected. We will be following up. So any further questions, feel free to reach out to Gabrielle. And on the website, you can also find much more information. And I really hope that you actually get to meet Eric and Martin in person if you put an application through. So thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Federica.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Everybody.
Au revoir.